Okay, so we're going to come down onto the floor and into our deep squat position straight away, opening up into this. And we're going to grip around our wrist and we're going to take 10 circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Swap over to the other wrist. So I'm grabbing right where you can kind of feel the tendon working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. And just keep rotating them. And I'm just shifting slightly in my hips. So I'm gently should be getting a nice little stretch in that lower back, in the hips, and also in the ankles as well. And we'll just take a couple more seconds here. Good. Good. Bring yourself to face the mat. And then we're just going to continue doing a tiny bit more wrist work. So just rocking forward and back, turning the fingers towards you as you do that to get a nice little stretch. Good. Taking 2 more. Back and forwards. Back and forwards. Lovely. And then we're just going to bring the hands back the other way and we're going to come into 10 shoulder shrugs. So it's just to start slowly also introducing into the shoulders. And I'm going to go from my plank position. So I'm going to come fully into my plank. I'm going to sink the chest down, push it up. 10, sink, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, 2, 1. Good. Bring that into your very first downward dog of the session. Just enjoy this moment. You can cycle through the feet, so just lifting one heel and sinking into that side and doing the same thing on the other side. We're just going to take some roll throughs from this downward dog position through plank and then sending our hips all the way down to the floor. So from here I'm going to roll through the spine, vertebrae at a time, send the hips down to the floor, lift the chest and push it back up. Good. We're just going to do 4 more of these. So rolling all the way through the spine. I'll try and articulate every single part. Lift, push back. 2. Good. Going for number 3. Rolling through. 3. Rolling through. 4. And last one. Rolling through. Pushing back. Good. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Good. And we're going to slowly move into our little sequence where we jump the feet in. So from our downward dog position here, I'm going to bend the knees, jump forward, lifting the chest, lower, keep those legs straight if you can, roll through the spine, bring the hands into the chest, and lowering back through, lift, roll down, lifting the chest, jumping the feet back, through your press up, lift the chest, and pushing back. Good, we go for 4 more, rolling, jump, lift, rolling all the way up, hands to chest, back through, lifting up, jumping the feet back nice and softly, pressing up, pushing back. Good, that's 2. We've got 3 more. So bending the knees, jumping forward, lifting the chest, lower down, roll through the spine, hands to chest, lifting, rolling through, lift the chest, jumping back, nice and soft, press, and back, bending the knees, lift the chest, lower, don't forget to use your breath, hands into the chest, lifting up, rolling through, lift the chest, jumping back, lower down, and pushing back. Good, we go for the last one of these, jumping forwards, lift the chest, lower, roll through the spine, hands come in, lifting up, rolling down, lift the chest, jump, lowering through, pushing back, and into your downward dog. Good, just take a second here, breathing in, good, lower those knees down to the mat. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is our plank, but we're going to do same side awkward plank. So what this means is I'm going to come into my plank position. I'm going to be lifting my right leg and my right arm at the same time and holding for 10 seconds. I'm going to swap to the other side. So stabilize yourself on the left side, try and release that right hand and foot. Doesn't matter if you have to keep coming down to reset. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bringing that down. Try and keep the hips level. It's really hard. I'm still working to that as well. It's such a tough exercise, but it's really good to keep thinking about pulling that opposite hip down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it down. Whew, gets you burning very quickly, that exercise. Good, we are going to come straight into our pistols. So this is the same as the exercise we did in the last session, where you're going to bring one leg all the way up. You're going to fold that right knee into the elbow, place it down, come up into your lunge, and then you're going to send your left leg forward and through. Take your time here, and then I'm going to rock back, come through the middle, press up, send it back through. That was 1. Rocking back. 2. Sending it forward. 3. Send it through. 4. And last one, sending it through. Back. 5. Good. Swap, send that leg through, and as you come back, swap the legs over. So you come up on your left side. We do the same thing. Back. 1. Send it through the gap. 2. Send it through. 3. This is number 4. And send the last one through. We go 5. Bring it through the gap. Send it through. Rocking back. Good. Just take a second. Come into baby pose where you're just going to grab the outsides of the feet and just catch your breath for a moment. Release those inside thighs, everything that's gripping on. Good, shake that out. Good, rock yourself forward. So the next one we're going to come into is our downward dog into dolphin. So we're going to start into our downward dog and we're going to add 2 reps this time. So we're going to go for 12s. We're going to lower the elbows down. Push back up for 1, down, 2, down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11 and 12. Good. Bring those knees down to the mat. This time we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add in that press up in between. So this time we're going to start from your dolphin instead of your downward dog. You're going to come through, forward into your press up and back to your dolphin. So take a longer rest if you need it. If you're good to go, you can join me. We come into our dolphin. We're just going to do 5 repetitions of these. So I'm going to shoot forward. 1. Forward. 2. Forward. 3. 4. And last one. 5. Good. Rest it there. Bring the knees down to the mat and just come back into your child's pose for a second. Nice deep breath. Good, rolling back up through the spine. Good, so the next exercise we're going to do is similar to the press up one we had in the last session, but instead of bringing the knee into the elbow and sending it out, what we're going to do is I'll demonstrate this before we go together, is from this upward position here, I'm actually going to try and bring the leg in straight, or straight as I can. It can bend at the knee slightly to touch there. And then I'm going to release out. I'm going to try and touch back again. And then I'm going to send it up. In this sense, we're getting a lot more core action. Core's having to work really hard to allow you to tuck right under with that foot. So it's adding in that extra challenge. We're going to do 5 on the right, 5 with the left. So starting with the right hand side, bring yourself into your downward dog position and sending that right leg nice and high. Bring the foot through the touch, send it out, touch and back. Bring it in, 2 and back. Bring it in for 3. Bring it in for 4. And last one, 5. Good, come into your downward dog. Just take a moment. Don't worry if you're not always managing to touch. It's about the intention to touch. So even if you don't make it, it's fine. We're just trying to get that toe as close to the wrist as we can. Bring that left leg up. In we come for 1. In for 2. In for 3. In for 4. Last one. 5. Good, set that leg down. Smile because it's over. They're pretty evil. Good, bring the knees down to the mat. And just release those arms for a second. So, as if that wasn't bad enough, we're gonna bring ourselves over to our wall and we're gonna do our wall plank. So I'm gonna grab my timer. Last time we did 30 seconds. Today, we're gonna go for 45. So, setting up that stopwatch. Set up your position first, so just shuffle around. You can adjust as you come up into it as well to make sure you've got the right position. And 3, 2, 1, go. So with this, you're hoping to bring those hips down as much as you can. The harder it gets, the more you're going to want to lift them. Keep pushing back into the wall as much as you can. Good, that's our 30 that we hit last time. So we're sailing past that now. Fight for it, last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax. You can see that as the core starts to go, the feet want to slip off. It's a really nice place to get yourself to because it means that you're really having to work hard to stay there, and that's what we're after. We've got one more set of those, so we're just going to take a second. You can have a little stretch out the other way. Open the chest. Just take some nice deep breaths. Good. This time around we only go for 20, so again, increasing from that set that we did last time. Give those wrists a little bit of a shake, a little bit of love. Set yourself back into position, feet where they want to be. 3, 2, 1, go. You'll notice I'm really using the fingers and the wrists to hold myself here as well. This is great for handstand practice. And generally for also helping strengthen through the shoulders. Relax it down. Good, that one should hopefully have felt a lot shorter and sweeter. Good, bring it back into the center to our mat. Whew, today is a tough one. Looking at what's next on the agenda, we've got a little lift in the center. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit onto my feet like so. My hands are going to come to the sides here. You don't want your hands further forward than your knees. That is just insanely hard. The further back they are, the easier this exercise is going to be. This is totally about working to lift up through the center. You may find your feet don't even come off the floor. Please don't worry. Again, this is one of those things, it's about the intention. So from this position, I'm thinking about tucking, pulling my knees up to my chest. As I do it, I'm going to keep my arms straight and they're my pillar of strength. So I'm using that center to lift and down. It will feel messy, and the slower you can do it, obviously the better, but it takes a lot of practice. So we're just going to go for 5 of these lifts. So we've got lifting 4, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down. Good, give that a little shake out. Beautiful. We're gonna do another set of 5. So just relax your wrists. There's a lot of wrist work in this, so it's very intense. We're gonna go for 5 more. Ready? Lifting for 5. Down. 4. Down. 3. Down. 2. And last one. 1. Whew, beautiful. Give that a little shake out. Lovely. Next exercise we're going to do is come into our bridge as we've done previously. So just to warm yourself up through that bridge position, just come up into it, tuck those arms underneath so you get a little bit of a stretch out. Use this as a chance to breathe. Good, bring that down. So last time we had this bridge position where we were pushing our weight forward. We're gonna do the same thing again, but this time I'm gonna bring us to do it over against the wall, just so you have a little bit of reference as to if you're actually pushing forward or back or not. So bringing it over, bring your mat if you like, depends how slippy your floor is. I'm gonna go without today. So from this position, find a good place for your hands to go. Push up into your bridge. Walk it forward if you need. I'm going to push my chest forward for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2 and 1, and we're going to hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Whew, good stuff. Just move those legs from side to side. Gently bring a little bit of movement back into that spine, side to side movement. Good, lovely stuff. Last, one of the last most intense ones, we're going to stay at our wall this time, and we're going to do what we call a chair sit against the wall. So I'm going to have my hand facing in towards the wall. I'm going to walk my feet up, try and get your bum as close as you can to the wall, and all you're going to do is lift up and imagine you're sitting in a chair and that you're trying to push your bum into the wall and push your hips up. Again, don't expect to necessarily go very high. This is a really tough one, especially on those triceps. We're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, so lifting the bum, pushing for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down slowly. Whew, just slide your feet away, bring your legs out in front of you and take a little stretch. Shake those wrists out. We're going to do one more of that exercise. Again, a 10-second hold. So just give yourself a moment to recover from that before we go again. Good, bringing these feet back in. Hands as close as you can get them. Ooh, hello. And then set yourself up, and we're going to lift in 3, 2, 1, go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Good. You probably noticed that your bum's a lot lower that time round, or you feel like your belly lifting. Again, it's all about the intention, so don't worry about that. Coming back into the center. Okay, so we're coming into our final exercise before we have a little bit of a stretch. What we're going to do is think about moving through a second position. So I'm going to be moving through this position ideally as we do this. What I'm going to do is rock back, allow my legs to swing round. They're going to lift up. This is really hard to do in slow motion. Lift through the center and then back. In an ideal world, my feet would stay pretty much on the floor for as long as they can. Obviously, there will be a little bit of where they're off the floor, and roll back again. So there's a bit of a hip opener at the same time, and it's really mean. So we're only going to do 8 of these. Okay, so bringing it around, lift, overhead, bringing it back. Try not to use the arms. If you want to, you can bring them out of the equation. 2. And all the way down, bringing it up for 3. Down. 4. And down. 5. And down. 3 more. 6. 2 more. 7. And last one. Slowly lower. 8. Whew, just take a minute to relax. You can always tell when I'm finding it really hard because I'm super quiet, probably along with you. Really tough on the hips. It's a really great one for seeing where you feel really comfortable in the core and where you feel like you've got a bit of a sticky spot. So that's really good. Coming up, we're just gonna have a little stretch out. First of all, let's just stretch out those shoulders. They've done a lot today. So you can bring your hands whichever way you like. To get a bit more of a shoulder stretch, it might be nice to keep them facing towards your bum. You're just gonna lift the hips up and you can rest the head back. Really try and pull forwards. Good, bring that down just for a second to reset and then pushing back up again. Good, stretching them out. They might feel a bit shaky after all of that work. Good, bring them down. Good. And then let's just swing the legs around and we'll bring ourselves into our child's pose. So hands out in front of you, stretching all the way along forwards. Good, walk them over to one side, get a nice little stretch all the way down the side of the body. And walking it over to the other side. Good, sitting up, clasp the hands behind your back and just pull forwards with the shoulders. Enjoy that stretch. Bring yourself up. And then actually we're just going to tip this forward so you can have a nice stretch through your shoulders and at the same time down the back of the legs. Go, release those hands to the floor. Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head, no, just to release any tension. Walk the feet in a tiny bit. Take a little sway from side to side in the spine. And you're just going to keep that moving side to side as you gently roll all the way back up to standing. Good. Well done.